Okay, section 5, how to submit a client's information online, starting, of course, with your own personal submittal. So this is how you can go ahead and see how the system works. After doing this training today, you want to go ahead and do your own personal one. Now, of course, we'll get it at the headquarters and process it from there, but you'll definitely see how the structure works. So always go to your unique URL and click the tab labeled tax quotes. Now I'm going to read all of this first, and then we're going to go do through an example on a website. So make sure that you have set up your client's prepaid card, of course, before submitting a customer's information to corporate. This way you can have all of the banking information that you're going to need to successfully submit the return. Set up the debit card using, of course, the referral code of One Stop LLC. And then at that point, you're going to click on the button on your website that says, yes, I'm ready for my big refund. You're going to simply complete all of the information as seen on the client organizer, which is the hard copy that I'm speaking of. So if you're out and about and you're collecting information, come back to your computer with the signatures of the clients and all of the necessary documents and paperwork. And you're going to submit that client information that you see on the client organizer for that particular client. If you have any pictures that you took with your cell phone or camera, you're going to upload these pictures from your desktop to the client organizer, which is online. Verify all of the information with the client, of course, just to make sure everything is correct. Complete the mandatory field of 5 referrals for the client. This is important. We don't accept any applications without 5 referrals from the client. Even if they're rejecting it, hey, you get somebody from them. This is going to help you make literally tens of thousands of dollars in the course of 4 months by doing this step. But if you have the customer's signature on the client organizer, click the I agree button for the terms and the conditions and have the customer type their name in the signature field. Or if, of course, you're inputting the information, you have their signature on the client organizer, submit that information there. Be sure to put your full name, your ID number, which I told you in the first video can be found in your unique URL for your own personal website. And make sure you put the best phone number that you have on you at the time that you'll be able to answer right then. So that if there's anything we need to contact you for right then, we can touch bases with you. Make sure you put that on the application that you submit to our headquarters online and offline faxes. So after completing the online form, make sure you stay by your phone and a representative from our headquarters will contact you with the quote for your client. So, and it's just that simple. You just pretty much a referring refund originator, which is a simple, easy job. And number 2 here, when the refund comes back for the customer, which usually takes 7 to 14 days, depending on the schedule from the IRS payout chart, and we have a chart located on the website for you and the customer, which I'm going to go ahead and just kind of show you briefly the different steps here. So you click on tax quotes from your website, and of course, after you submitted the information, click on yes, I want my big refund. And it's going to open up in a new window here. And when it opens up, this is a online client organizer. It's important that you know that you need the name as it appears on the Social Security card. So if there's a middle name, put their middle name. If their last name is spelled wrong, put it exactly how it appears on the Social Security card. The address as it appears, as they have it stated, the phone number, all of the required information here, their filing status, whatever that may be, the spouse name, if they're filing joint or whatever the case may be, the EIN number of the company, if they're filing with their last check stub, you may have to get the EIN number from them because you may not have access to it at the time, the total gross and wages, the total taxes withheld, and any other information that's requested. If they're self-employed, all of the basic information that you need from them, the dependent information, however many dependents that they have. Of course, they can file up to 3 dependents this year. And all of the other basic questions that you have here. Notice here, you can upload the driver's license, the Social Security card, or cards, and the W-2s for the client. So it may be easier to take a picture of maybe 2 or 3 Social Security cards at a time and upload them here, which will be on the same page. And then make sure that you have the signature on the client organizer. And if you do, click the Yes, I Agree button. The customer types their name in there, sign it and date it. And how did they hear about us? If you're the RRO, put all of your information here and the customer's bank routing number and account number in the bank name. And of course, the mandatory 5 referrals. At that point, click submit form and you are done. Wait on the phone call from corporate. How do you send your customer to check the status of the refund? You just simply have them go to your website, click the link at the bottom, enter in their social, their filing status, and the amount of their refund. Now, this will be the amount of their refund, not the amount minus their fees. They click submit, and it's going to tell them when to expect their refund from the IRS or if there is a problem. This will keep down clients from consistently calling you. It makes your job a whole lot easier. Click here to check the status of a personal return. So let's go back to your website here. And by going back to your website, you'll see the refund cycle chart. So let's explain this to you and how this works and how this looks so that you can understand how this works. This also reflect when you'll be paid. So let's just say if we submit a return on January 14th or January 20th of 2011, they'll be receiving direct deposit. That means they'll receive their refund on January 28th of 2011. If they're getting a paper check, once again, it takes a little longer. They'll get that on February 4th. Now look at this. If they submit it on January 20th through the 27th, they get it on February 4th. So this lets you know when the customer is going to receive their refund based upon when their return was submitted or when they filed their return. So if you notice here, it may look like, hey, if I file on the 14th, then it's going to take 2 weeks. If I file on the 20th, it's going to take 7 days. So a person doesn't get their refund back faster. They're still on the same cycle. It's just a matter of what date they submitted it in, just so, you know, FYI. But this is also the days, 2 days after you as an RRO will be paid for the submittal. So these are your pay dates as well if you had any returns submitted on these days or worked any hours on these days. With that being said, the RRO will be paid for the submission based upon the refund pay cycle chart. So you can access that from your website to see your pay cycle for the hours that you worked during those weeks. Now what you want to do is complete your second hour of training by submitting your own information to the corporate headquarters. And it's that simple. And then you'll repeat the process 9 more times. And your 11 hours of training will be complete and celebrate a paid vacation on us and a nice check too. So remember, once you complete your full 10 hours of training, which equates to 10 different customers, congratulations, you'll receive a definitely a 3-day, 2-night cruise for 2 people, port and tax fees not included, and you'll receive a nice, handsome check from us as well. Next section, we're going to cover how you can earn $1,600 with your first 10 clients. Next section is a very important section. We'll see you in the next section.